Hey guys, Shadowhunter05 back with a brand new video, and in our last video we broke down Pokemon Snap from the trailer from Pokemon Presents. So in this video I'm going to follow along that lines and look at what we saw with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, breaking down those games and seeing what we've got so far. So, having watched Pokemon Presents and the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, what we know of this game so far is that it is supposed to be a faithful remake of the original Diamond and Pearl games. Now, this game has been a long time coming. People have been wanting this game for a number of years. Certainly over the last number of years, every time that there has been speculation of a new Pokemon game, there has been the cries for a new Diamond and Pearl remake. And I can understand why. The original games were made 15 years ago, and games have come and had remakes since, such as with the original Red, Blue and Yellow, having remakes with Leaf Green and Fire Red, and then having Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. You also have Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which are remakes of Gold and Silver, and even more recently we had remakes for Sapphire and Ruby with Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Now, what's interesting with what Pokemon have said about these games is that they intend for them to be faithful remakes. Now, I've not heard them ever say this before about remakes, and it makes me wonder what they're talking about. See, in previous remakes, they have always added new mechanics, whether it's updated mechanics or mechanics from newer games. For example, with Fire Red and Leaf Green, they had the original Red and Blue game, but they added the 72nd Islands, and they made sure that you could catch all the Pokemon of the generations that came out after that one up to that version of the game, which I believe was 3 or 4 generations. With Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they did the same, where you could catch other generations that came out after. They also introduced new areas where you could catch Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza. I think they also took the crystal version of the Battle Tower, although I could be incorrect about that. But the point is, they added new things from the newer games. If this is going to be a faithful remake, then we can expect nothing from newer games. In the original Diamond and Pearl, you had generations 1 through 4 in Pokemon. Now, there are 8 generations now, so having 4 generations will more or less limit them by half. And once again, this shows something that I explained in the last Pokemon video, that Pokemon seem to have a trend now that they are not introducing every single Pokemon into future games. This started with Sword and Shield. I suspect we'll have it with Snap, but there's a bit of difference because it's a spin-off game. But if they're having this in the Diamond and Pearl remakes, and these are considered main series games, it's going to be the second time that they limit Pokemon in main series games, and therefore goes towards the evidence that Pokemon might not have all the Pokemon in the games for a while now. Of course, with over 800 Pokemon in their games in total, this kind of makes sense. But what that also means on a game mechanics potential is that we shouldn't expect Mega Evolutions, Z-Moves, Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon, as it seems like these will not be in a faithful remake, or shouldn't be in a faithful remake if they are going to stick by that. Why do I say this? Because we didn't have them in the original games, and a faithful remake, by definition of faithful, means that this will be exactly like the other games. But are they going to be exactly like the other games? I personally think that there will be some information. Certainly I think that it's interesting that another game coming around about this time is Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it'll be interesting if we have information towards that, additional information. Also, it could be that it wraps up some other issues with continuity in Pokemon. Certainly, you look at these games and they don't talk about other regions where there is the potential for them to do so. And so it'd be interesting and cool if they did that. But again, it depends on how serious they are on Faithful Remake. One thing that definitely will be changed is the online system. So from my time playing Diamond and Platinum, I never owned Pearl, but my time playing Diamond and Platinum, the multiplayer was a bit of an issue. I didn't know many people, I lived out in the middle of nowhere, so I didn't get a chance to really fully experience the online multiplayer, such as the underground tunnel and that. But with these remakes and the fact that you can do them online completely, certainly should add to that to make them more enjoyable for everyone. This also means that things like the Spiritomb event should be easier to do, as if I remember right, you had to meet 108 people, which, as I said, for me, it was really difficult, but that will become easier if they keep that same storyline as well. Speaking of storyline, we should expect the storyline to be the same, and probably in a future video I will go over the storylines of each game, probably starting with Red and Blue, but if I wanted to, I could probably do it with Diamond and Pearl and go through that storyline. Something else that's interesting with the graphics and the view and the mechanics is the fact that they've changed the art style once more. And people are complaining that they've gone with this chibi style, but I think it's rather cool. And I really like it. I like the different art styles they do. I like the fact that they don't just keep to one art style, they change it all the time. And it kind of pays homage to the older games where it did look like they were chibi characters on a game screen. Certainly from the time when I played Red and Blue, and, well, Red, Blue and Yellow, and the Silver game, Silver and Crystal, you saw these characters kind of chibi-ish, so it kind of is nice. They also remind me of the mini Wii characters that you get. But I'm waffling on. The reason I say this is that although they've got this chibi style, and that does change when you're in battles, the fact that this is now in 3D gives us some more visual details of the world around us. And certainly this is best shown in what we can see in the trailer of Eternia City and the statue there. So what people may not realize by playing the original games is that that statue isn't of the legendary from the game, Palkia or Dialga, based off which game, but actually a merger of the two. You see this in the manga, and as I say, in this game you'll be able to see that in a lot better detail than could be explained in the Diamond, Pearl and Platinum games. So it'll be really cool to get up close with that. Of course, this thing isn't just Dialga and Palkia merged. This is meant to represent them as one, and essentially Arceus. Now, it's interesting that they have another game, Pokemon Legends Arceus, coming out, as it might be that the two tie in, and that there, as I said at the beginning of this video, there might be some clues or some additional information to tie in the two games. We might learn more about Ancient Sinnoh before Legends Arceus comes out with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It would also be interesting if this is the case, whether the two games are linked, because Arceus is in the original games. It was in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum, but we couldn't access it because we didn't have the flute. certainly not in the West anyway. So it'll be interesting whether having the two games and playing the two games, we might actually get the event that allows us to access Arceus in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, or whether we will get Arceus in Legends Arceus game and be able to transfer it. But I wanted to try and keep this video short. I hope it's opened up ideas for you guys. If it has, please leave your ideas and your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, share it with some friends who might also enjoy it. That really helps the channel out a lot, and I am in my last month from what I said in my New Year's resolution. I was hoping to get 100 subscribers by the end of March, or the end of the first quarter. That's coming up at the end of this month, so let's see if we can try and get that. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing. And until the next video, see you guys.